And speaking of packs, millions are skipping cigarettes and turning to vapor pens, including the potheads. That's next.
The e-cigarette or e-cigar is a less harmful alternative.
But remember that these are not FDA approved and that they're unregulated. It's also important to remember that there are lots of big tobacco companies that are jumping into this market. Their goal is not to help people quit smoking. Their goal is to keep people addicted.
You know, the dirty little secret of the internet. Remember when the internet was invented? The dirty secret, I think, is that much of its early expansion was driven by pornography. And I think the same thing is happening with e-cigarettes, which are spreading, as you know, like wildfire among pot smokers, because they don't stink up the place the way a traditional joint does. Bobby Black here in the New York studio can tell us whether my thesis is correct. He's senior editor of High Times magazine. That's the Bible of pot users everywhere. While the lady to your right is called the Martha Stewart of Marijuana. She's Cheryl Shuman. She's the founder of the Medical Marijuana Collective. So, Cheryl, you first. Am I correct? Do you believe that one of the reasons e-cigarettes are taking off the way they are is that pot smokers are using them to beat, getting busted because of the smell?
Well, I absolutely agree that e-cigs or canna-cigs or vape pens for cannabis oils and flowers and tinctures and waxes are outrageously popular. They're expected to be a $100 million industry this year. So it's absolutely popular. And I also believe that, yes, because of the former odors and so forth of smoking cannabis, vaporizers are a much healthier alternative for medical cannabis patients, and it's a much healthier alternative to cigarettes, alcohol, or pharmaceuticals. So to comply with a lot of building issues and restaurants and so forth, it's not only a safer alternative, but allows people to be very discreet with their cannabis usage and also to be a polite cannabis consumer.
And Bobby, how does it work exactly?
Well, what you have is there's a number of different types of pens. There's different attachments. The standard e-cigarette style comes with a nicotine fluid in it, which you would puff. And this is a flavored nicotine glycerin solution. And that's a standard e-pen. But what you see with the adaptations that are being done for the cannabis community, you're seeing all different types of adaptations, different tanks. One's for vegetative matter, for flowers. Actual cannabis.
You like puffing a daisy or something like that?
Actual cannabis, or there's also pens that are designed specifically for cannabis concentrates.
So what do you have in that one in your right hand?
This is flavored nicotine oil.
So this is not cannabis or anything illegal?
No, not at all.
So do you light it with like a cigarette?
You just hold the button in and you toke on the...
Oh, where's the
button on the center. There you go.
Oh, gee.
And it tastes like caramel mocha.
And so it does. So this is not smoke.
No, that's vaporized nicotine glycerin solution. And there are cannabis glycerin solutions available for people who want to choose to smoke cannabis this way.
What about my thesis about pot smokers using this? Is that what's driving this in your opinion? Or is it that it's healthier, that you're not putting fire in your lungs?
I think it's both. I think that it is healthier, it is more convenient, it's better certainly for medical marijuana patients who are in medical states. You're able to, it's easier to use, it's easier to control your dosage, and it's much less, rather than smoking a joint or a bong hit or something of that nature, you can just do one little puff of a cannabis concentrate and your pain is relieved instantaneously.
How is High Times magazine doing?
High Times is doing great. We're celebrating our 40th year next year, and we have a big celebration planned. And,
40 years. So yeah, isn't it ironic that Newsweek is fallen by the wayside and High Times is thriving? And Cheryl Shuman, I don't know how long you've been in the marijuana game, but is it extraordinary to you how far society has come?
Oh, I absolutely agree. In fact, my vape pen, I am vaping CBD right now,
What
which
does that
is, well, CBD is the non-psychoactive ingredient of the cannabis plant.
Oh, don't tell me. I don't want. Well, California, everybody's on medical marijuana in California, even the doctors. But I appreciate Bobby Black, thank you. Cheryl Shuman, thank you as well. Up next, you knew it would happen. Government agents using their virtually unlimited surveillance power to spy on their spouses and their girlfriends. That's next after this.